When you've got a limited support network, you're in survival mode more often than you're not. So when I get the opportunity to just have that still moment, I bloody take it. People get so busy managing the life that they actually forget to experience it. So I've had a crazy busy weekend and I'm just sort of reflecting on the week. But it's funny because I take the kids to things all the time with like their football or with their friends and things like that. And I've talked about feeling socially awkward before now. I don't feel socially awkward in those situations, but I do take a step back. So I'm not like the biggest sort of social butterfly that you'll ever meet, but I love people. But when I get a chance to just take a moment, because I don't get the chance to do that very often during the week, sometimes I do take a step back. Now, I know that the football parents, most of which I've known for a very long time, they kind of get it. They get what I'm like, and there's no kind of, it's not a problem at all. Me personally, as well, we can be too busy people pleasing, which is something that I was always guilty of. And that's a fawn response. So that's a survival response. You know, making those conversations when you don't necessarily want to chat. I love to chat with people and I love to find out about things that are going on in their lives. But sometimes I just need a little time for me. Um, so when we're in a position where we're forced to make that conversation, it feels icky. And it's because you're in survival, you're not being genuine to yourself. And that's just one form of how we kind of try and survive situations that we're in. There's also other ways that we do that. So there's a fight response that can be quite confrontational, quite defensive. There's flight, which I have been known to fall into. That's when you might be trying to get out of a position that you're in. So you might be finding other things to do than the actual thing that you should be confronting, where you might feel, and this is one I was guilty of until I made sure that I sorted this out, but working, like I'm self-employed and I run a couple of businesses. There's been times when I felt like I'm really busy and I've got to do X, Y, Z, all things that could wait until another time. But to avoid certain conversations, to avoid certain situations, sometimes even if I was feeling stressed out with the kids, I would run away by going doing some work. And the work that was done within that time was not quality work. It was just in that survival mode of feeling like you need to run away and freeze. That is one that used to be a huge part of my life when I was younger. So when I was first diagnosed with depression and anxiety, what I look back now and realize is there were times when I could not move. I could not move I was sat on the sofa with my mum when I was like 18, 19, and my body would refuse to move. I mean, that's an extreme form of freeze, but it's very similar when you've got things that you need to do. You might have a sink full of pots and you've got to wash it and you just wash them and you just kind of like, I just can't do that right now. That's a freeze response. So how do we counteract all that? It feels big, doesn't it? One of the ways is to really, it's such a simple way. People talk about breath work everywhere, and breath work is phenomenal. If it's something you want to try, I know plenty of people that do it, and I can recommend some incredible practitioners. But whilst you're in the moment of that survival response, what you can do is a really simple box breath. So you can breathe in for 4, hold your breath for 4, and breathe out for 4. And just concentrating on your breath in that way will help you regulate what's going on around you. Another way is to notice what you can see. So use your senses, what you can see, what you can smell, what you can feel, um, and what you can hear. So I'm sat in my living room at the moment, the back door's open. I can hear the birds singing outside, which is just lovely. So if I needed to, this all works as well for anxiety when you're going through anxious moments and you're struggling. This works for that as well. You can close your eyes if you choose to and just listen to what you can hear around you and really focus on what it is that you can hear. It might be a particular bird that's singing, or sometimes they have little conversations, don't they? Focus on that. Focus on that instead of all that busyness in your brain. Another way, which is absolutely groundbreaking, and when you work with me directly, you will find out much more about this. But the other one, and I've literally just got a message from our community, it's the simplest one of all. Do a great big yawn. And yes, I said yawn. When you yawn, all that internal chatter just shuts down just for a moment. When you do that yawn, everything shuts down. Your body is in complete harmony just for that moment of that yawn. People think yawning is really like rude or showing boredom or apathy. It's not. It's actually the body's response to stress, and it's incredible. I mean, I'm a yawning ambassador, and I share the great big yawn within all of the classes, all the sessions that I do, because it's one of the most powerful ways that you can regulate yourself. And there's so much more that I can say about it. I'm not going to go into it, but just try it. Just try and set off a yawn, a really big one where you're stretching your arms out. I'm going to do one now. Oof. Where your eyes water, where your ears pop, where your body stretches out. Do one of those yawns, because you feel amazing after. Tell me about it. Tell me when you've done one, because you feel fantastic. And the reason that you feel fantastic is when you yawn, you're releasing hope molecules. So you're releasing lots of incredible hormones into your body, into every single cell of your body that makes you feel good. What you're also doing is cooling your brain down. So when you've got all that internal chatter going on, there's a lot that's happening in your brain. There's a lot of electrical stimulus going on in your brain, and it needs to cool down. So a yawn will help you cool your brain down as well. There's more to it. I'm not going to go into it more than that just for now. Another thing you can do, which has worked for me over the years so incredibly well, is journaling. When your brain is full of all that stuff, you need to let it out somehow and somewhere. And it might be that you're just writing random words down or random sentences, and you rip it up or burn it and throw it in the bin, whatever. Doesn't matter, but it's out of there. And it's not going to cause you any more stress for right now. I hope that helps anyone that's feeling a bit stressed or feeling like you're in survival mode at the moment. It's Monday tomorrow. I know a lot of us will have that weekend blues feeling. I'm recording this, it's 5 p.m. on a Sunday evening. And as we go into Monday, a lot of us are feeling like, oh, weekend didn't last long enough. And I totally get it. But if you're feeling stressed, if you're feeling like you just got a lot going on at the moment, take a moment to be in the moment and try one of these exercises that I've talked about. I'll speak to you soon. Bye.